See, at the debate that took place on Sunday between myself and an American Palestinian Christian from America, Dr. Shorosh, one of the objections he had against the Quran was that in the Quran, the name for Jesus is Isa. We say Isa alayhi salam, is Isa. And he said that was not his name. In his native language, in the native language of Jesus, his name was Esau. That's a common name among the Jews, Esau. The classical for Esau is Yeshua. So he says, now look, in the Quran he's called Isa. That's his objection. He should have been Esau in the Quran, not Isa. As an Arab, he ought to have known that Arabic and Hebrew are sister languages. They are almost identical. And the name Esau and Isa are similar. The languages are identical. We say Ahad in Arabic, they say Ihad in Hebrew. We say Salam in Arabic, they say Shalom in Hebrew. We say Yawmul Jummah, means the day of Friday, day of gathering, they say Yawmul Sabah. Yom. They're similar, almost identical. Esau, Isa is a variation in the Arabic tongue for Hazrat Isa alayhi salam or Esau. But now we have a chance of asking them, the Christians, where did you get Jesus from? Look, Esau and Jesus, they are poles apart. Esau and Isa sounds almost identical. Esau, Isa. But where you get Jesus from? Amazing. You see, they can't see it. Jesus Christ, he said, judge not, that ye be not judged. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured unto you. So you hypocrite, why seest thou the mote in thy brother's eye, and seest not the beam in thine own eye? Jesus says, you hypocrite, take the beam out of your own eye first, before you try to take the mote out of your brother's eye. That splinter. You've got a beam in your eye, and you can't see that, and you're seeing the little splinter in your brother's eye. Jesus. Where does the word Jesus come from? See, this is the Latinized form of the Hebrew word Esau. Latinized form. Subject people, all subject people, they suffer from an inferiority complex. They would like to make their names sound like those of the ruling race. We might also suffer from such sicknesses. My son's name is Yusuf. So people will call him Joseph or call him Joe. Is it not so? The name may be Ibrahim. You say Abraham. You like to make it sound like that of the Englishman, your rulers. Now the early Christians had the same sickness. They wanted their names to sound like that of the Romans, not like those of the Jews. Esau sounds Jewish. They didn't want their God's name to sound like a Jew. So they Latinized it by adding J. Where there was no J, they added J. Jesus. And they have a sickness for adding J's where there are no J's. Yusuf, they say Joseph, added J. Yaqub, they say Jaqub. Ayub, they say Job. And everywhere where there's no J, they add J's to make it sound like that of the ruling masters, the Greeks and the Romans. Inferiority complex. So Jesus is not his name. His mother, when he was born, never called him Jesus. She must have called him Esau or Yeshua, not Jesus. But besides the point, his birth. According to the teachings of Islam, our Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he made us to accept that Jesus Christ, Christ again, is another word which they have translated from Messiah to Christ. Sounds like Greek, Roman. Saul, one of the self-appointed disciples of Jesus, they call him Paul. See, Saul sounds Jew. So they make it Paul. Peter was not the name of Peter. Nobody ever called him Peter in his life. You know St. Peter's in Rome? Peter. Saint Paul was not Paul, he was Saint Saul. Saint Peter was Saint Simon. His title was Cephas. Jesus said, you are Cephas. Cephas means you are a rock. You are a hard fighting fellow, hard-hearted fellow. You are Cephas. Cephas in Hebrew means a rock or stone. So they translated that into Greek, Petros. And from Petros they got the word Peter. See, sounds Greek or Roman, Peter. But you say, Simon Cephas sounds Jew. They didn't want the heroes to sound Jews. So they changed the names. We in Islam are made to believe, through the lips of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that Hazrat Isa alayhi salam, Jesus Christ, was one of the mightiest messengers of God. We believe in his miraculous birth, that without any male intervention he was born. We believe in his many miracles, including those of giving life to the dead by God's permission, and of healing those born blind and the lepers by God's permission. We believe. But we are in conflict with regards to his birthday. I was questioned whether we commemorate Christmas. I said, look, we enjoy Christmas holidays. Christmas holidays we enjoy, but we don't commemorate Christmas. If we only knew the date of his birth, we would also celebrate his birthday. Like we say, Miladun Nabi. We'll have Miladul Masih. We'll have the birthday of Jesus. But when was he born? They tell us 25th of December. Christmas Day, 25th of December. But he was not born on the 25th of December. Today the Christians have come to realize, the learned men of Christendom, that he was not born on the 25th of December. This 25th of December is the date of the birth of the pagan sun gods. Not the Son of God. Son of God in inverted commas. Not the Son of God, but the Sun God. You know what it means? You see, you people here, this is the northern hemisphere. I come from the south. This is the northern hemisphere. And as winter approaches, December, it gets colder and colder here for you people. And as December 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, the primitive man, he could sense day by day, they can see the sun in the distance. Far away, it's going east to west, further and further away, and it's getting colder and colder. So they personify that the devil is eating up the sun. So they start beating drums and start offering prayers that the sun may not be swallowed up, because if it gets swallowed up, they'll be finished for good. 24th of December, the equinox. And now you see the 25th. Those primitive people in the northern hemisphere, they could sense the variation in temperature day by day. 25th, they can see the sun coming back into its own. In other words, the sun has now come out supreme. It has not been, the devil didn't swallow up the sun. It's coming back. So that is the date of the birth of the sun god. Sun god, the sun has come back into its own. They celebrated Christmas. Birth of, not Jesus Christ, the birth of the sun god, Baal, Horus, Apollo, Astarte. All these were the sun gods worshipped in the Mediterranean region, and their birthday was the 25th of December. So when the people became Christianized under Constantine, they accepted that birthday of the sun as the birth of the Son of God, in inverted commas. So it is not the birthday of Jesus. The Quran tells us very, very clearly that when Jesus was born, his mother Mary was told, he says, shake the palm leaf, the leaf of the palm leaf, date palm, and it will let fall fresh ripe dates. Means the dates were ripe, ready. You just shake it and the thing will fall, and you can eat and refresh yourself with the rivulet, the small river running by. Refresh yourself. After the birth of the child, she is told that. So it was midsummer. If the Quran says that the dates were ripe, it means midsummer, not midwinter. Palestine is in the northern hemisphere. Your winter and their winter is the same. So you don't have winter in midsummer, dates in midsummer. So it was midsummer. Then the Bible also says that when Jesus was born, the shepherds were out in the field. Now the shepherd is a fool. If he with his sheep stays out in the open in Palestine, in midwinter, he will freeze to death and his sheep will freeze to death. So if you reason, the Quran and the Bible, they both confirm that Jesus was not born on the 25th of December in midwinter. But now because of that, men of learning in the West, they are now supposing that this Jesus was a myth, is a fairy tale, because it's connected with all these fairy tales. Jesus was no myth. He was a real historical person. According to the teachings of Islam, we have no doubt about it. That some 2,000 years ago, there was a young lady called Mary, and she gave birth to a child called Isa, or Esau, or Yeshua, translated Jesus, and he was born miraculously. But the myth idea is because of this association with the pagan cults, the sun worshipping cults.